Good evening. It's Facebook Love number 265 on January 6th, the 1-year anniversary of the counting of the ballots that made Joe Biden our next president, and also one of the single worst things that I've ever seen and that this country has endured. A lot of commemorations today of the attack on our Capitol, and a lot of arguing about whether it mattered. It mattered to me. Looking at the calendar, though, I'm realizing that today is Epiphany, or Three Kings Day, or the end of the Christmas season. So I looked for something about that. And then I also looked for a poem that I read on this day last year when we were all feeling pretty traumatized. So I'll do them both. The first one is by T.S.Eliot from 1935, called Journey of the Magi. And Magi is another term used to refer to the kings, the three kings who visited the baby Jesus when he was new. Journey of the Magi by T.S.Eliot. A cold coming we had of it, just the worst time of the year for a journey, and such a long journey, the ways deep and the weather sharp, the very dead of winter, and the camels galled, sore-footed, refractory, lying down in the melting snow. There were times we regretted the summer palaces on slopes, the terraces and the silken girls bringing the sherbet. Then the camel men cursing and grumbling and running away and wanting their liquor and women, and the night fires going out and the lack of shelters, and the cities hostile, and the towns unfriendly, and the villages dirty and charging high prices. A hard time we had of it. At the end, we preferred to travel all night, sleeping in snatches, with the voices singing in our ears, saying that this was all folly. Then at dawn we came down to a temperate valley, wet, below the snow line, smelling of vegetation, with a running stream and a watermill beating the darkness, and 3 trees on the low sky. And an old white horse galloped away in the meadow. Then we came to a tavern with vine leaves over the lintel, 6 hands at an open door dicing for pieces of silver, and feet kicking the empty wineskins, but there was no information, and so we continued and arrived at evening, not a moment too soon. Finding the place, it was, you may say, satisfactory. All this was a long time ago, I remember, and I would do it again, but set down this. Were we led all that way for birth or death? There was a birth, certainly. We had evidence and no doubt. I had seen birth and death, but had thought they were different. This birth was hard and bitter agony for us, like death, our death. We returned to our places, these kingdoms, but no longer at ease here, in this old dispensation, with an alien people clutching their gods. I should be glad of another death. Journey of the Magi by T.S.Eliot. And here's one that I read last year as a kind of comfort. This piece is called Kindness by Naomi Shihab. I believe it's from 1995. Before you know what kindness really is, you must lose things. Feel the future dissolve in a moment like salt in a weakened broth. What you held in your hand, what you counted and carefully saved, All this must go so you know how desolate the landscape can be between the regions of kindness. How you ride and ride thinking the bus will never stop. The passengers eating maize and chicken will stare out the window forever. Before you learn the tender gravity of kindness, you must travel where the Indian in a white poncho lies dead by the side of the road. You must see how this could be you, how he too was someone who journeyed through the night with plans and the simple breath that kept him alive. Before you know kindness as the deepest thing inside, you must know sorrow as the other deepest thing. You must wake up with sorrow. You must speak to it till your voice catches the thread of all sorrows, and you see the size of the cloth. Then it is only kindness that makes sense anymore. Only kindness that ties your shoes and sends you out into the day to gaze at bread. Only kindness that raises its head from the crowd of the world to say, "It is I you have been looking for," and then goes with you everywhere, like a shadow or a friend. Kindness by Naomi Shihab. I still feel like it's the only answer. Whatever other people think or believe, the only response can be kindness and a sort of a steadfastness about what's true. This is Facebook Love. I'll see you again. Bye.